Rated T for teen.
What a shot! Incredible action! What an atmosphere it is! Refusing to lose, refusing to give up. Been floored by the headshot.
They ignored your potential and mocked your ambition, but it's not the critic who counts. With every swinging block, your game plan never changed. Some still call it luck. Let them. Because you know what it's always been. Inevitable.
This is nice, isn't it? Boulevard City lit up in all its glory. All right, let's have a quick recap. So on Tuesday, it was the grand arrivals. Yesterday, the public workout. Today, 2 more sleeps away. It is the press conference. And if, like me, you've ever been to a Tyson Fury press conference, expect the unexpected.
A tale as old as time. A legendary champion in search of another champion has found his match. Both men undefeated. Both men larger than life itself. Facing each other under the watchful eye of history. Until there can be only one.
Let's get ready to rumble at Riyadh.
It is time to fight.
Boulevard City in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, looking lovely at night, looking lit up at night, and rightly so, because we are here for the big one, the press conference, and we're here for the big one, which is the undisputed heavyweight title fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk. We are day 3, which means, as you guys know by now, 2 more sleeps away. It's the Avengers. Adi Oladipo, Darren Barker, Barry Jones. The Avengers have been assembled for this one. By the way, it's so much busier here. Like, it's almost like everyone now knows that there are some really good fighters in town. It's super busy.
And some big names. I can see Evander Holyfield down there, one of the best. The big names are turning out.
Yeah, it's a huge occasion, and it felt like that all week, but now the stars are coming in. Obviously, Evander Holyfield, the last man who was involved in an undisputed contest, of course, so that gives a bit more credence, a bit more excitement, and oh, mate, I can't wait for the press conference now. I can't wait to hear them 2 talk to each other, try and get little bits, and just, as you said, Tyson Fury, expect the unexpected.
Yeah, he is the best in the business when it comes to talking on the mic. All right, they mentioned it, they teed it up. The real deal, Evander Holyfield, one of the best heavyweights ever to live, is here, and Todd Grisham is with him.
I am here with Evander, the real deal, Holyfield in the flesh, the last man to compete for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world over 2 decades ago. How does this event compare to what you remember from that fight with Lennox Lewis?
Well, you had the 2 best fighters, and that's the most important thing. When you have the 2 top fighters, then you're going to get a good match.
Yeah.
You're going to get a good match, so there's no doubt Tyson Fury and Usyk are the two best fighters.
Yeah. Well, back then, did you realize how historic that fight would be? The fact that we wouldn't get another undisputed match for, what, 25 years?
Well, you know, at that time, you're only thinking about self. You know what I'm saying? In boxing, it's come down to the best fighters, and very rarely that the people get the two best fighters. And so at this time, they getting the two best fighters that the world have.
Yeah. Back then, you were the smaller guy facing Lennox Lewis. Usyk's the smaller guy facing Tyson Fury. What would your advice be to Usyk to beat the bigger man?
Well, Usyk has to fight his fight, and so he's aggressive. He's faster. He got faster hands, but he got shorter arms. Just like I was when I fought Lennox Lewis. You know, I was the smaller guy, but I had faster hands and stuff like that. So he have to be aggressive. And then if he be aggressive, the chances are he gonna win. If he, you know, because being aggressive and he throw a lot of punches, and so he's able to throw more punches than Tyson Fury will. So it's gonna work for him, but if he don't, then it's gonna work for Tyson Fury. So either way, it's gonna be a great fight because both guys know what they have to do to win.
Yeah. Well, what's your personal prediction as far as how this fight's gonna play out? What do you think happens?
One way, it's not so much what I think, it's about how the guy fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm telling you? You know, Tyson Fury, he keep him on the outside, the chance of him winning gonna be 90%. But if Usyk get in and stay on him, it's 90% he gonna win that fight. Because the fight, he's not just a small guy, but he's great and he don't quit. Yeah. I'm telling you, so we have pretty much the same kind of personality. He's not gonna quit. He's the one of them type of guys that's not gonna quit. And Tyson Fury is a smart fighter. He fight his fight. Just like Lennox Lewis was a good fighter, he would fight his fight. He ain't gonna try to fight another fight. So that's how he was able to win.
Well, hey, it's a personal honor to interview you. You're my favorite fighter of all time. I grew up in Bay Minette, Alabama. He's from Atmore, Alabama, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for your time. Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
Not jealous at all. I wanted him up here. Not jealous that we haven't got Evander Holyfield up here. The boxing stars of all the world are in here. Evander Holyfield, obviously one of those stars, if not one of the biggest. All right, let me just quickly explain to you this press conference, how it's going to work. It is going to be 3 separate press conferences. We've got the undercard press conference, which I'm going to throw to now. Then we have the main card press conference, and then we have the main event fighters. So 3 press conferences as we do in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. All right, anyway, Dev is waiting, so let's throw it to him. Dev Sani, take it away.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome wherever you are joining us around the world. Welcome to Riyadh and welcome to history. On Saturday night, right here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we will crown the first undisputed world heavyweight champion of the century. The unbeaten WBC and lineal world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury finally collides with the unbeaten unified world heavyweight champion Oleksandr Usyk. The two men will meet in a ring of fire with every major heavyweight title on the line. It simply doesn't get bigger. Now, this historic event will take place as part of Riyadh season and will be one of those special moments in time in which the world stops still and all eyes will descend on the sold-out Kingdom Arena on Saturday night. This is truly one of those special events. Now let's talk about the relationship currently between Riyadh and big-time boxing. This has been unbelievable. By the beginning of June, 5 of the biggest boxing events in recent years would have taken place right here in Riyadh. It all started with the Battle of the Baddest back in October last year. Tyson Fury against Francis Ngannou. Who can forget the promo? Who can forget the fight week? Who can forget the fight night? We then moved on to December 23rd, the day of reckoning. Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua in separate fights with a star-studded undercard on a night full of twists and turns. Anthony Joshua returned back in March with knockout chaos. He took on Francis Ngannou. And, well, it was quite appropriate calling that event Knockout Chaos. It was a hell of a knockout that we saw that night. And we'll be back in a couple of weeks, June 1st, Frank Warren versus Eddie Hearn, Queensberry versus Matchroom, 5 versus 5. These two UK promoters who've got this deep-rooted rivalry will pick 5 of their very best and pit them against each other. Now, of course, the reason we're here today is because of the Ring of Fire, and I think it's quite safe to say we have entered a golden era of boxing, and Riyadh has become the global destination for big-time fight nights. Now, we're going to split today into 3 press conferences, and before we speak to everybody at this top table, we must take a moment to thank those involved in making these groundbreaking events possible, and what a privilege it is to be working on such a historic fight card as part of Riyadh season. We'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz. And to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. And, of course, to His Excellency, the Chairman of GIA, Turki Al-Sheikh. And, of course, a huge thank you to all of the teams of GIA, Riyadh Season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver unforgettable nights in the Kingdom. Now, this historic fight event will be presented to fans worldwide by Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions and Bob Arum for Top Rank Incorporated in conjunction with Riyadh Season, National Events Centre, the General Entertainment Authority, Gold Star Promotions, K2 Promotions and Seller. Well, let's have a chat. Let's speak to the people at this top table. Let's begin with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. Now, Frank, we'll go into detail about Fury versus Usyk a little bit later on, but I want to get your kind of opening thoughts on the undercard here, and notably, you've got Mark Chamberlain and Moses Atauma, 2 guys that you represent. Give us your opening thoughts, Frank.
Well, this is a fabulous undercard on the most important fight of the 21st century here in Riyadh as part of the Riyadh season. This is an amazing show. And as Deb just said, two of the young guys that I work with, Mark Chamberlain, who's fought here before. This is his 2nd fight here. He's now fighting for the vacant WBC silver title. And we've got Moses Atauma, who's 8-0. He's just had to disappear for a moment because he's had a bit of a nosebleed. He's just 19 years of age, which he was still a teenager. And he's 8-0, and he's fighting for his 1st title, which is an amazing achievement for somebody, certainly in a heavyweight of his age. And we've got some other great fighters on the card. We've got 2 top young talents in Australian, in David Nyaika, I think I pronounced that correctly. And he's a member of Team Usyk, and we've got Daniel Lapin. So this is again, a really good competitive fight. And then we've got Tyson's best mate, Isaac Lowe, 10-rounder, former champion, got it, featherweight champion, and he's in a really good competitive fight. So we're looking forward to him. And then, of course, we've got a great fight, ex-champion coming on in Sergey Kovalev, one of my favourite fighters. He's beaten a few of my fighters on the way, and he's making his comeback. And you've got his manager next to him, Aegis, who is also the manager of Mr. Usyk. So we've got a really good, cracking undercard. I'm looking forward to it. You'll look forward to it. It's going to be the hors d'oeuvres before the big event.
Great stuff, Frank. I love that line at the end. Let's speak to some of this table. I'm going to start with David and Yika. David, unbeaten at cruiserweight, a real big deal over in New Zealand, but I guess this is the shop window to the world. Everything's going well so far. This is the opportunity to really break out, David.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for this opportunity. Second of all, I'd like to thank the IBF for sanctioning my bout. This is my opportunity to splash onto the big scene. Once I get through Michael Seats, I've got the likes of perhaps Sergey Kovalev, Robin Safar. If they win their fights, I'd like to fight them next. Whoever's left on that list, I need to keep making my step towards that IBF world title. And whoever wins that card, that title, that is my target.
Brilliant stuff. We look forward to it. You're taking on an unbeaten cruiserweight on Saturday. Do not miss that one. Let's keep things moving. Daniel Lappin, unbeaten light heavyweight. A big opportunity for you. Of course, Daniel, you have boxed on so many Oleksandr Usyk undercards. We see you in all the pictures with Oleksandr Usyk. Tell us, this must be the most special event so far.
Hello, guys. Хочу сказать большое спасибо для начала Саудовской Аравии за теплый прием. Это большая возможность. Спасибо за такую возможность, что дали отбоксировать на этом вечере бокса. Мы прошли большой путь с Александром, 6 месяцев тяжелых, очень тяжелых тренировок, и я буду выкладываться на все 100%.
First of all, I want to appreciate everybody who involved in this process for the really good and big event. And I have a hard and long training camp, and I'm ready for 100%. And I want to say thank you for every people in Saudi Arabia and His Excellency for this opportunity. It's a really big opportunity for me.
Thank you very much, Daniel Lappin. We look forward to your contest taking on Octavia Pudovita on Saturday night. Let's now move to a man very much part of Team Fury, as Frank introduced him earlier, Isaac Lowe. Now, Isaac, all these photos that we see go out of Tyson, where everyone's saying, look at the great shape that Tyson Fury's in. Well, you're right next to him. You're in pretty great shape too. And I guess this is a chance for you to start getting things moving again. You've only lost in very good company. What's on your mind, Isaac Lowe?
Yeah, definitely. We've had a great training camp. I'm in the shape of my life, thanks to Greg, who's got me and Tyson in fantastic condition. And I think on Saturday night, if I put a great performance, I'm planning to create best performance. And then I'm back on the world stage and back where I need to be, back in the mix for titles. As you said, I've only up me 2 defeats where I've been beat by is Lopez and Nick Bull. One's the IBF world champion, and one just got beat. Oh well, he could have eaten. Some people give him it for the WBC. So I've only lost in very good company, and I intend to get back up there, mix with them again, and this time make sure I win them.
Brilliant stuff, Isaac, the Westgate Warrior here in Riyadh. Let's talk to Moses Italma. Moses, this is the second fight for you in Riyadh now. I think people are expecting one day you too will probably challenge for undisputed as well. It's your first title on this show. What's going on in the mind of Moses Italma?
No, just getting ready. I just want to thank my promoter, Frank Warren, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and my manager Francis to give me this opportunity to box on this big stage, and I'm definitely going to make the most of it.
Plenty of first-round knockouts in a row. We're going to get another one on Saturday.
100%.
Thank you, Moses Italma. There you go. We'll hold you to that. Let's move on to a WBC Silver Lightweight Championship contest between Mark Chamberlain and Joshua Wahab. I'm going to start with Joshua Wahab here. It's a big stage for you, Joshua, against a man who is very much seen as a bit of a favourite around these parts, a tough guy. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this fight.
First of all, I want to give thanks to Almighty Allah, and I want to thank His Excellency Turki. And it's a big opportunity for me to be here today, and I've prepared myself so well for this fight. I've studied my opponent, and I had a great camp, and I believe on Saturday night, people will know who is truly Wahab is.
Okay, well, let's speak to Mark Chamberlain. Mark, Joshua Wahab says on Saturday night we're going to know who he is. We already know who you are, a real favourite around here. This is a tough fight. This is a proper fight for a proper title.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm pleased to be back here. Big shout out to His Excellency and my manager and promoter, Frank Warren, for delivering this opportunity to me. Being part of this big platform is massive. But on Saturday night, we'll see why I'm taking part in these big events, and we will continue the winning streak.
Okay, fantastic stuff, Mark Chamberlain. We're looking forward to that. It was a great performance last time out. Let's now talk about the fight at cruiserweight, the return of the crusher, Sergey Kovalev, who takes on Rob Safar at the end of the table there. Before we speak to the fighters, let's bring in Egis Klimas here. And Egis, I just want to know, what is the plan right now with Sergey Kovalev? You know, a few years ago, he was just a reigning terror in the light heavyweight division. What's the plan now?
Hello, Riyadh. Hello, people. Very happy to be here. And I would like to know that too. We haven't been in the ring for 2 years. Sergey was fighting, last fight he was in May 2022. 2024, that's exactly 15 years ago, then we started with Sergey his professional career. He did a lot, and he proved a lot in the cruiserweight division. Then we started the then he came in and started pro in the cruiserweight division. Light heavyweight division. I told Sergey, not much to do here, the division is dead. And he goes like, well, give me a few fights, and we will see. We will bring it back division where it's supposed to be. Now, he said, I told him same thing. I said, look, the cruiserweight division is not what much. And he asked me again, give me a few fights. Let's do that together. So I'm looking very much forward on Saturday night. What he has left, many people write him out already, what he is not supposed to be fighting. But he proved me with what his training, his discipline, his regime, what he belongs back in the ring, and to show where he belongs. Thanks, Saudi Arabia, Crown Prince, King, His Excellency, for letting us to bring Sergey and show to the boxing world where he belongs to. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Igis Klimas. Let's speak to Rob Safar. I mean, Rob Safar, I know you came to boxing a little bit later, and what a stage for you to come to. Tell us what's going on, and also, has the Crusher still got it? What do you think?
First of all, I want to start saying Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. I'm so happy to be a part of this event. You know, I can't really describe how excited I am. And to be able to fight a name like Sergey Kovalev and basically having my breakthrough at a moment like this, you know, it couldn't be better. You know, I've been sweating a lot, I've been bleeding a lot, I've been sacrificing so much in my life. So it's like, I just feel like it's my time right now. You know, it's my time to shine. You know.
Well, Sergey Kovalev was watching you for your entire everything you said there. I wonder if you want to look down the table and give him a message.
What do you mean?
Do you want to say anything to Sergey Kovalev?
I'm gonna win on Saturday. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna break you. I'll give you 7 rounds. That's it.
Well, let's bring in the Crusher. 7 rounds apparently, but tell us a little bit about this fight, and also, what is the goal now for Sergey Kovalev? Let us know.
Hi everyone. Hi Riyadh. I'm very happy to be here, like a part of this great show, and thanks personal to my manager, Igis Klimas, and Turki Al-Sheikh for opportunity that I here for the fight, and also to Oleksandr Usyk for this great show. I'm very happy to I'm very happy back to business. Long time I didn't fight, like more than for 4 years. One fight is for me very long rest, but I kept my body in the shape, and I'm ready, and this Saturday will be my night. Thank you very much for everything, and good luck everyone.
Thank you very much, Sergey Kovalev. It's got a bit of windy up here. That concludes part 1 of today's 3-part press conference. We're going to get some photos and some face-offs down the front, and we'll be back very shortly. Thank you.
A lot of good prospects on the card there. Obviously, the main name, the one that we all know, is Sergey Kovalev. And a lot of people, and if you don't mind me calling you out as well, Daz, a lot of people think that maybe Robin Safar gets the job done. Yeah. That will be the upset.
I like what I've seen from Safar, but we were just talking, me and Barry, and it's against who? But I like what I've seen. What I like about this is we've got a bit of everything here. We've got Isaac Lowe, we've got Kovalev, who are basically fighting for their careers. You've got Nika Lapin and Moses Atama looking to be stars of their division. We're kind of touching everything on the early stages of this card. and it's very, very exciting.
Yeah, Mark Chamberlain, I think, could be in a tough one as well.
Yes.
Against Wahab. Wahab, obviously, look, has fought in Nigeria, so maybe people don't, not really noticed him. But I'm telling you now, he can fight.
Yeah, and he's all action as well, so he'll come. He might be naturally smaller than Chamberlain, but he'll come and give it his all. He'll make it awkward, and he's quite athletic as well, so that's going to cause Chamberlain problems. But Chamberlain, as he showed against Gavin Gwynn, can hit hard off any foot, going forward, coming back. He always finds the perfect range to land the perfect shot. So it's going to be a difficult night for Wahab.
Moses Atoma had a bit of a nosebleed. I say a bit, it looked like quite a lot from our position here. That's not a problem at all, is it, for Saturday?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, he's a boxer.
Yeah.
He gets hit on that a fair bit, I would have thought. Well, actually, he probably doesn't. He's that good. But no, I wouldn't look into that too much.
Yeah, we're okay on that.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know how it's happened, but it's just got very windy up here. It's just got very, very windy. And there's bits flying about everywhere. So if you see my notes just go past the camera, it's not my fault, right? They're stuck down there. The crowd has really turned up for this one as well, which is good to see. The superstars are in attendance. Evander Holyfield's here. And of course, Mr. Lennox Lewis had to be here as well, didn't he? Lennox Lewis is here. There you go. There's the big man, the last undisputed heavyweight champion.
What a buzz. What a buzz.
All right, the superstars are here. Lennox Lewis is here, former undisputed heavyweight champion, won that title 25 years ago against Evander Holyfield, and he is downstairs with Todd Grisham.
When you think undisputed heavyweight champions, this guy has to be the first one to come to mind because you're in essence the reigning and defending undisputed champion, retired with that title. Is a part of you kind of sad that you won't be the last remaining undisputed heavyweight champ?
No, not really. I'm glad that I made it this far, 25 years, and I feel really good about it, and I feel good about giving it to the next undisputed champion and let him see how long he can reign. I'm just excited about the fights, excited about being here. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it.
Of course, the man you beat for that undisputed title sitting right behind us, Evander, you were just chatting with him. Are we going to see a trilogy? Is there any chance?
No, me and him are good buddies, so everything's good. But, now that it's here, we're going to talk about our last fight as well and reminisce in it.
Yeah. Tyson Fury says if he wins this fight Saturday night, he will go down as the greatest heavyweight ever. Do you agree with that?
One of the greatest heavyweights ever. It's different eras, My era was hard. His era was not as hard. So, it's up to the people to really judge that.
Yeah. Size-wise, there's some similarities. You were taller than Evander, obviously Tyson and Usyk. Do you see something similar between the two fights at all?
Oh, absolutely. You got to look at Evander Holyfield, cruiserweight, moving up to heavyweight. It's a hard thing to do for a cruiserweight, and Usyk is doing the same thing. It's going to be difficult for him as well. The fight's going to be a great fight. You got two unbeaten champions, so I'm looking forward to it.
What was your strategy, especially in that second fight against Evander, that allowed you to prevail? Can Tyson learn anything from what you did that night?
Yeah, he could. For me, fighting him again, it was basically, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So basically go out there and do the same thing. Make sure I stick my jab. Great heavyweights have great jabs. So that's what, really leads them to become a great heavyweight, because they have great jabs, great combinations. That's what he should do. He's got great uppercuts, great right hand, great left hooks. So he needs to use all the tools in his arsenal.
Last question for me. We've seen Tyson Fury. He's lost so much weight. He looks in great condition, but can that be a negative? Did he overtrain? I mean, I'm sure your body moves in different ways when you're not as used to be. Is that a little bit of panic mode from Tyson?
I wouldn't say panic mode. I think, he wasn't happy with his last fight, so he took this fight very serious. Usually when heavyweights lose a lot of weight, and I've been watching him, he's lost a lot of weight, his legs are skinny, and I'm a little bit concerned maybe, if he gets hit on the chin, he doesn't have the legs anymore. So for me, I've got big legs, so when I get hit on the chin, it's not easy to knock me down.
Yeah, indeed.
Yes.
All right, well, thanks for being with us. I know you're going to be on the DAZN broadcast this weekend. Look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Lennox Lewis, the last remaining undisputed heavyweight champion.
Give him his great title. He is the great Lennox Lewis, arguably one of the greatest heavyweights we've ever seen. All right, the main card presser is about to start, so let's throw it back down to DAZN to take it away.
Well, hello, welcome back to today's three-part press conference. Look at this top table. There are so many brilliant fights coming up on Saturday night that we've had to do three presses. Let's talk about the unbeaten heavyweights, 24-0 versus 24-0. Ajit Kabayel takes on Frank Sanchez. It's a final eliminator for the WBC World Heavyweight Championship. Frank Sanchez, I'm going to start with you. This is a big challenge. You were very impressive last time. What can we expect from Frank Sanchez on Saturday night against Ajit Kabayel?
¿Qué esperamos ver de Frank Sánchez este próximo sábado?
Nada, van a ver al Frank de siempre. Vengo a ganar. Tuve muy buena preparación.
You will see also the same Frank. I come out of the good preparation for this fight.
Y nada, hacer el mismo trabajo que siempre he hecho. Voy a hacer, y como quiera, voy a ser el campeón.
I'm going to do the same job that I've always been doing it, and I'm going to become a world champion.
Y agradecido con Turkey, con todo lo que tiene que ver con esto para que
and I appreciate very much Mr. Turkish and the whole people from this event for being a participant on this fight.
Thank you, Frank Sanchez. Let's hear from his opponent, also unbeaten, almost an identical record, Ajit Kabayel. Last time, you beat Makhmudov. They called him the Lion. You tamed the Lion. What about this guy? Very, very difficult fight. Tell us what you're thinking.
Yes, of course. First of all, Salam Alaikum, Saudi Arabia. Thank you for the great opportunity. Yes, the next opponent is Frank Sanchez. He is a good boxer. He has a good Cuban style. I'm ready for the challenge.
And how do you see it going on Saturday?
Yeah, we will see in the ring, you know. I hate prediction. I hate trash talk, you know, in this game. I'm humble. We will see on Saturday night.
Thank you, Ajit. We know your fists do the talking. They certainly did so last time. Let's bring in promoter Eddie Hearn here. Now, Eddie, you've got two matchroom fighters on this show. Jai Opataya sat next to you, Joe Cordina, both in world title action. Give us your thoughts heading into Saturday.
Well, good evening, Riyadh. Assalamu alaikum as well. And what a moment for boxing here this Saturday, the Undisputed Heavyweight World Championship. And as always, His Excellency has put on an incredible show. You know, the first press conference you did was impressive. Look at this one. I mean, the fight between Frank Sanchez and Ajit Kabayel is a fight that only His Excellency could make. Two tremendous heavyweights. And the two guys to my right, in my opinion, the number one in their respective division. Joe Cordina, the best 130-pounder in the world today. The epic knockout over Agawa, unfairly stripped of his title, came back, beat Rakimov to strip him of his world championship as well. A great fight against Anthony Kakachi as we warm up for the 5v5, looking to get a big start for Matchroom with a 1-0 over Queensbury in that fight. And the guy to my right has been a revelation. Shout out as well, of course, to Mick Francis and Tasman Fighters. This guy, I think right now, one of the most exciting pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. Two great wins against two very good domestic British heavyweights, but now he's in with an elite guy who he shared a ring with. And if you haven't seen Opataya against Bradis 1, make sure you watch it back, because it was brutal. And you're going to see another emphatic performance from the man to my right on Saturday as he establishes himself as one of the greatest fighters on the planet. So for us, the two best fighters in their respective division, ready to shine on an incredible stage in Riyadh. Thank you, everybody, for your involvement. Of course, thank you, His Excellency. We can't wait to be back here in 2 weeks for the 5v5. But what a night, what a moment in history on Saturday night here in Riyadh. And good luck to everybody involved.
Thank you very much, Eddie Hearn. Let's talk about this IBF and IBO World Super Featherweight Championship clash. We talked about Queensbury versus Matchroom coming up. This is a real taste of that. I'm going to bring in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren here. You are the promoter of Anthony Kakachi. He takes on Joe Cordina on Saturday. Give us your thoughts and what a little bit of extra spice with Queensbury versus Matchroom.
Well, it's a lot of spice. They're two undefeated fighters to start with, and one's the IBF. Sorry, one holds the IBF title, Joe Cordina, who's an exceptional British fighter, and we've got another British fighter who we look after in Anthony Kakachi. And this has got good fight written all over it. It's a domestic fight, a good domestic fight as far as Britain's concerned, but it's a great international fight. And I think all the boxing fans here are going to be enthralled by what takes place between these two guys. They're two quality fighters, and the little cherry on top of the cake, it's Queensbury v Matchroom.
Thank you, Frank. So you're going to go 1-0 up early. Is that the plan?
That's the name of the game. We want to get the advantage to start with because we got the big one on the 1st of June, 5v5. I mean, you've never seen so many good shows and good fights coming along so quickly, one after the other. This is a privilege to be here, to be involved in this.
Thank you very much. Let's speak to Anthony the Apache Kakachi. Now, Anthony, you have waited and waited. There have been setbacks, there have been highs, there have been lows, but now you are just days away from challenging for the IBF World Super Featherweight title. How are you feeling?
Listen, I'm buzzing. What an opportunity on such a big card. I would like to say thank you very much to Simon Legg, Queensbury Promotions, Frank Warren taking over the show here recently. So, I mean, I'm just privileged to be on this show.
He's unbeaten, of course, Joe Cordina. What can you do differently to all of his other opponents?
Listen, I'm here for a fight. You know, I know all about Joe Cordina. I know his strengths, I know his weaknesses. I've waited 12 years as a pro for an opportunity like this, and it's finally arrived, and it's arrived on the biggest stage in world boxing for God knows how many years. So I'm very appreciative to be here, and I'm here to win.
Thank you very much, Anthony. Now, Joe Cordina, you've heard Anthony Kakachi there talking about how long he's waited. This is the 3rd defence of your world title. Hard fight for you, right?
Yeah, first of all, I want to thank Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, Frank Warren, Queensbury, and Gold Star, and most of all, Your Excellency. But yeah, it's a massive stage to showcase my talent on. It's a big fight. For years, I thought me and Anthony at one stage are going to cross paths, and we're here now. So I'm looking forward to a tough fight, and I'm looking forward to sharing the ring with him.
I've heard you say, Joe, that you do everything better than him. Do you stand by that?
Yeah, of course. I believe in my ability, and same way you believe in his ability. He believes he knows my weaknesses. I believe I know his, and vice versa with the strengths. So yeah, it's going to be a good fight, and I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Joe Cordina. Thank you, Anthony Kakachi. World title action on Saturday night. Let's move to the cruiserweights. We've got a thrilling rematch, and I agree with Eddie. If you haven't seen the first fight, go and watch it. Watch it back. Jai Opetaia and Maris Bradis. Let's first speak to Kalle Sauerland. Kalle, of course, he's very much your man here, Mr. Bradis. State your case. How is he going to get his belt back?
Well, first of all, congratulations to everyone involved in putting on this very historic event. His Excellency, Dr. Khan, Queensbury, Matchroom, all the promoters involved. But just look at the first row down here. Evander Holyfield, Lennox Lewis, and 25 years ago, gentlemen, we run it back this weekend. That's a big round of applause because they're sitting there. That's history. That's what they're making this weekend. But it's also the reason why a gladiator like Maris Bradis, not one-time world champion, not two-time world champion, but three-time world champion, is on Saturday night going to absolutely state his case why he's the cruiserweight to beat. Jai Opetaia very much being hyped in the build-up to this, and totally get that. Watch the first fight back. The older man, he didn't win the first 6 rounds. He batted him pillar to post in the second 6 rounds. So the age argument goes out the window. We've got a fantastic cruiserweight battle Saturday night. Cruiserweight's a division that always throws up some amazing fights. I was lucky enough to promote the Usyk versus Bradis war. And, you know, obviously Usyk went on to unify the division at cruiserweight. But this division throws up some of the greatest battles in boxing, and Saturday night will be another one.
Thank you, Kalle. Let's bring in Maris Bradis. This is a big moment for you. This is a rematch, 2 years in the making. You did so well in the last fight. Of course, you broke Jai Opetaia's jaw. How are you going to get the job done on Saturday? How are you going to get that belt back?
Assalamu alaikum, Riyadh. Hello, everyone. Hello, VIP guests, and all the best for everybody who comes here. First of all, I want to say thank you, Turkey Al-Sheikh, for organizing this tournament. And yeah, I'm very happy to be here. And I think all the boxers who is in this boxing show need to say thank you, Saudi Arabia. And Holyfield, Mr. Holyfield is very smart with when they fought with Mike Tyson, and when Mike Tyson bite his ear, then he make big business. And when we fight with Jai, and I fight and I crush his jaw, and I don't have so good managers who can bite these many jaws. But okay.
Okay, thank you, Maurice. I just wonder if you see Jai Opetaia there, do you have a message for Jai Opetaia?
For Jai Opetaia, really, I have big respect, because when we fought, I see real warrior in the ring, how he can fight with this big injury, and yeah, just big respect, and I hope in the ring win who is stronger, who is the best boxer. That's why good luck for both of us.
Thank you very much. Let's bring in Jai Opetaia. A respectful tone there from Maurice Bradis. He gave you a hard fight for your first fight. What's changed between then and now? What's going to happen on Saturday?
Man, I feel like a whole different version of myself now. You know, I've picked it up a few levels. You know, I'm 28 now, just rolling into my prime. I feel like I'm the next generation of greatness coming through. You know, I look around and I see greatness everywhere, and I'm honored to be in front of them. But it's my time now. I feel the next generation of greatness, and I told him that last fight.
I've heard you say, Jai, that you've probably gone from a boy to a man. So with that in mind, do you think you can hurt him and knock him out on Saturday?
I definitely feel a lot stronger, but the knockout punches come. We just got to fight smart, stick to our game plan, and do what we do best, and that's box.
Fantastic stuff. And he had quite a respectful message to you. Do you have one to Maurice Bradis?
I've got nothing disrespectful to say to Bradis. You know, I always say everywhere we go, we earn respect, we don't disrespect. So Saturday night, we earn the respect again.
Fantastic stuff. Thank you so much, Maurice. Thank you very much. Everyone at this top table, look at this. Some fantastic, thrilling fights on Saturday night. We will be back very, very shortly for Fury and Usyk.
I love what Jai Opetaia said there. We don't disrespect, we earn respect. I mean, I know I like him more than most people on planet Earth, but I like him even more now, Daz.
Yeah, and he earned Bradis' respect, that's for sure. To suffer 2 fractures the way he did, I mean, that just earned you respect in abundance. What a fighter, what a fight, because you know Bradis is going to leave it all in the ring Saturday night. This is everything. If he loses this fight, it's over. There's talk that he may retire if he was to win, but he's going to bring it. He's going to want to retire on a high.
Yeah, another fight that's going to bring it is Anthony Kakache.
Yes.
A similar situation, not like Bradis, he's not at the end, but this is probably his last big chance.
But he's waiting so long to get this chance, it probably won't come again, so he has to take it with both hands. And he's a good fighter, he's a long fighter. There's a lot of things there that can cause Joe Cordina trouble. Added with the fact that Cordina's been screaming for unification fights, and they can be overlooked at times for opponents like this. But you tend to think if Cordina's on form and he makes the weight correctly, he's a bit of a special talent.
This one, the heavyweight fight, is really difficult to call, isn't it? Frank Sanchez, Agit Cabial. Agit Cabial probably has the better record on paper, but I think everyone thinks Frank Sanchez has the highest ceiling. Is that fair?
Same age, almost identical records. Sanchez has 1 knockout more. But they've got the opportunity here to be the next star of this division. You know, they're backed heavily and they're very good fighters. I think that brings a lot of pressure to this fight, but it's a fight I'm intrigued at. I think the quality of Caballero, his record has been better than Sanchez, but Sanchez, for me, could be a real problem in this division.
Very quickly, Baz, who wins that one for you?
I'm in Sanchez.
Yeah.
Just.
Sanchez. It's a hat-trick then. Sanchez,
yeah,
all the way, I think, as well. Great undercard. Remember, main event fighters to come. I love that. I'm a sucker for these drones. I mean, look at that. What a shot that is. I love it. And you can even see our wonderful carpet here, DAZN. I feel like we should be barefoot on it, though. I feel like everyone should take their shoes off. I feel this is quite disrespectful and rude, what we're doing. It is. Todd Grisham has joined us in studio as well, part of our team, as you guys know, our lead commentator. and all the big ones, our lead commentator this Saturday. We are here for the undisputed heavyweight title fight, and you have some big undisputed news to tell us as well.
Yeah, it's going to be quite dramatic. Can I get a single here? Where's this is my single. Ladies and gentlemen, over a decade ago, cries began echoing around the world. Cries for a new boxing video game, but 12 years later, still nothing. In the meantime, an MMA video game came out, which fans flocked to. And guess what? MMA's popularity went through the roof while boxing's just seemed to diminish. Well, 4 years ago, a small upstart studio in Sheffield, England, decided to do something about it. They began to try and create a boxing video game that you fans would be proud of. But they couldn't create the best boxing game of all time without the greatest boxers of all time. And they answered the call too. Tyson Fury, Oleksandr Usyk, Muhammad Ali, Canelo Alvarez, Joe Frazier, Terrence Crawford, over 200 fighters in all have answered the call. And ladies and gentlemen, 4 years after they started, I'm here to announce that finally, it is finished. Steel City Interactive has produced not only the best boxing game of all time, but the greatest fight video game in the history of video games. I give to you Undisputed.
Rated Peggy 16.
Oh my word, what a shot! Incredible action! What an atmosphere it is! Refusing to lose, refusing to give up, been floored by the headshot!
I can't wait for that to come out. How long have we got? So
Was
what
that
exactly?
too much hyperbole? By
No,
the way?
no, it was so good.
Very, very okay. You know?
I almost fainted. I loved it. I loved it.
October 11th, Xbox, PS5.
Do I get a free game or not?
Absolutely.
And me.
Yeah, cool. All right, our main event fighters are ready to come out. They're ready to do their thing as well. This is going to be special. Again, I did say this. This is Tyson Fury. Expect anything. Oleksandr Usyk's a bit crazy as well. And plus, we've got another special attraction. I'm hearing Mr. Michael Buffer's going to announce the fighters. This is going to be special. Daz, you first. Tyson Fury could do anything here.
Anything. Almost the unorthodox is the norm now for Tyson Fury. There's his dad, John. He's had a part to play in the build-up here. It's been magic. It's been magic, and it's grown, it's grown, it's grown. The energy here in Boulevard City is something else. You know something is brewing. Something big is brewing. I cannot wait. This is special.
Yeah, they do. Eyes on him, security. Eyes on him. Barry?
I think it's interesting how Usyk's going to react, because he doesn't react to anything. And Fury has tried in the past, he's poked him, and nothing has worked. So when the Fury has something under his sleeve to really get under the skin there of Oleksandr Usyk.
You know what's so great? In the past, boxing's been known for all the fights that don't get made, for the matchups that don't happen. Well, guess what? The biggest fight in the world that can happen will happen Saturday night.
And when you look at this shot here, and look, it's a fantastic shot as well. It needed to be this for Undisputed, didn't it? It needed something special. It needed to be different. We've seen so many big fights in London, so many big fights at the MGM Grand and Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. I always feel like the Undisputed needed to go somewhere else and show the world and showcase the world of boxing. And it does it, Daz. It does it.
I mean, this is incredible. This is what this fight deserves. It deserves this and some, but this is special. This is exactly what we deserve. The fighters deserve it. The fans deserve it. And I have no doubt when that first bell sounds, there's the Gypsy King. We're going to be in for a classic. We're going to see a bit of everything. A bit of high-level chess, some fireworks, both men battling it out, and it's going to be epic.
It is going to be epic. So there's only one man that could do this. Let's throw it to your MC, the great Michael Buffer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for the Ring of Fire. 12 rounds of boxing on Saturday night, about 52 hours from now, 2 undefeated champions will walk to the ring to fight for the most prestigious title in all of sports for over a century. This will be for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, behind me are the managers, promoters, and trainers, but let's meet the stars of the show at this time and bring them up for this press conference. Coming out first, a perfect professional record consisting of 21 fights, 21 victories, 14 wins by knockout. He comes to us from Ukraine. He's a former Olympic gold medal champion and the former undefeated cruiserweight world champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the WBO, WBA, IBF, IBO heavyweight champion of the world, Oleksandr Usyk. Undefeated champion, Oleksandr Usyk. And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up to the stage and to his seat for the press conference, he has a professional record of 35 fights, 34 victories, 24 big knockouts, 1 draw. From the United Kingdom, please welcome the 2-time world heavyweight champion, the reigning, defending, lineal, ring, and WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stars are here in attendance and on the stage at this time. So let's keep going with the final press conference and turn it over to a superstar in his own right, our host for the press conference, Mr. DAZN.
Wow, thank you very much, Michael Buffer, superstar. God, goodness me. 25 years, ladies and gentlemen, 25 years. The world has been watching, waiting, willing for there to be an undisputed world heavyweight champion. One king on the throne, one head to bear the crown. And now, on one special night, with one special fight, we will decide everything. Saturday night, right here in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we will crown the first undisputed world heavyweight champion of the century. Before we speak to the top table, I'd like to once again take a moment to thank those involved who are making these historic events possible as part of Riyadh's season. We would like to express our heartfelt thanks to the custodian of the 2 holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz, and to His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and to His Excellency, the Chairman of GIA, Turkey Al-Sheikh. And a huge thanks to all of the teams of GIA, Riyadh Season and Seller as we continue to work together to deliver huge nights in the Kingdom. Now we're going to start with Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren, very much in the Tyson Fury business. Frank, this is history, this is iconic. The man stood next to you, sat next to you, can become undisputed on Saturday night. Tell us what's going on.
First of all, I'd like to thank people who made this happen. This is such a... Has it gone off?
Hello, check 1, 2. Use my
check,
one, Frank.
Check. Okay, I'm going to come over here. Right, first of all, I'd like to thank the custodian of the two holy mosques, His Highness King Salman, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, the chairman of the GEA, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, for making this historic moment happen in boxing, the biggest fight of the 21st century. We thank you for all what you've done to make this happen in Riyadh. So this is a great fight. We all know that. It's the fight we've all been waiting for. The two best heavyweights in the world, both undefeated. This is something extra special. Fights like this come along once in a generation. And we got in the front row down there, the last two guys to fight for the free belts at that time in 1999. Evander Holyfield, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. And next to him, Lennox Lewis, again, one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. So now, who's going to be the greatest heavyweight of his generation? We're going to find out on Saturday when this fantastic fight happens. It's got everything that is required to make it not just a great boxing moment, but a very, very special moment in sporting history.
And Frank, you are very much backing your man Tyson Fury to get the job done, become undisputed, and you've also talked about an Achilles heel in Oleksandr Usyk. Tell us a little bit about this and why are you backing your man?
I'm backing my man because he's the best heavyweight in the world and he's proved it time and time again. Going up against the odds every single time he's challenged for the title, he's gone up against the odds. He's been the underdog, gone to the other guy's backyard and done the business in style. He's never been beaten, 35 fights, not been beaten in any of them. He's just, for me, one of the best heavyweights I've seen in my time in boxing. And I believe he will confirm that on Saturday night in front of the world.
Thank you very much, Frank. Let's keep very much in the Tyson Fury business. Hall of Fame boxing promoter Bob Arum. Bob, you have promoted some of the biggest shows of all time. This is undisputed. This is the new undisputed king sat up here. This must be absolutely massive, even for you, Bob.
Well, in boxing, there's a saying that the most important division is the heavyweight division. And when we have the opportunity to have an undisputed heavyweight champion crowned, as we will Saturday night, it is something very, very significant. The last fighter to be crowned the undisputed champion is sitting out in the audience. It happened 25 years ago. Lennox Lewis became the undisputed heavyweight champion. Saturday night will be a very, very important night for boxing because not only will we be crowning the undisputed heavyweight champion, but the two participants in the fight have never, ever lost the fight. Now, how rare is that? How great is that? That this fight on Saturday, which will be held here in the Kingdom, in Riyadh, the eyes of the world, not just boxing fans, but fans and people all over the world will be focusing on the arena, on this fight, and believe me, it will be a great one.
And just finally, Bob, how does Tyson Fury beat Oleksandr Usyk? How does Tyson Fury beat Oleksandr Usyk?
How does Tyson beat?
The question for me is, how does Tyson Fury beat Usyk? And I would, in all humility, say that that is a question that should be addressed to Tyson and to Sugar Hill rather than a 92-year-old promoter.
Duly noted, Bob Arum, thank you very much. Let's head over to the Oleksandr Usyk side of the table. Let's bring in Alex Krasik. It is a historic moment for Team Usyk here. And of course, you are very much backing your man to win this fight. You've gone into some detail as to how you think he will win on Saturday. Give us your thoughts.
Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. All has been done. All has been accomplished. All has been spoken. One thing that can never be too much is gratitude. And I want to say thanks to the beautiful country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and its wonderful people for the warm hospitality, even, I would say, hot hospitality. I want to say thanks to His Royal Excellency, His Royal Highness, Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and to His Excellency Turki Al Sheikh for making fans' dreams come true. Thank you very much. There is only one assignment left, is to pick up this green belt and take it back home to Ukraine, the country it belongs to. Full stop. And if you allow me, please, I've got one short message for Tyson and his team, not to take it too close to the heart. Saturday night and Sunday morning, I've got a short one from British Classics, if you don't mind, by Henry Longfellow. Be still, said heart, and cease repining. Behind the clouds is the sun still shining. Thy fate is the common fate of all. Into each life some rain must fall, and some days must be dark and dreary. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alex Krasik. Let's head over to the Tyson Fury part of the table and we'll get an instant reaction from the manager, of course, Spencer Brown. This is a big moment. The road to this fight hasn't been a smoothest one, but we are here now, just days away. Your reaction, of course, to Alex Krasik's message there and your thoughts heading into Saturday.
Yeah, his team are a good bunch of people. We've got a lot of admiration for him, so has Tyson. But come Saturday, that's all gone out the window. We've already butted heads with his team, and it looks like they're going to butt heads on Saturday night. And let me tell you, he's got a mountain to climb. You have a mountain to climb. Your Everest is your mountain to climb on Saturday. I'd like to thank everybody involved, and I would, if I was you, I wouldn't worry about poets and things like that. I'd worry about your man on Saturday night. Because Tyson Fury is coming to take all them belts away from you, all right? He's going to take all them belts away, and our English boys here have come all the way over from England, to see him take those belts. The Fury army is here, and you will see on Saturday night us walking away with the belts. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Spencer Brown. Great message there. We can hear the Fury army, we can hear the Usyk army as well. We can hear you guys. Brilliant stuff. Let's head over to Egis Klimas, the manager for so long of Oleksandr Usyk. Your reaction to what you've heard so far here today, and of course your thoughts heading into Saturday night, the ultimate test for Oleksandr Usyk.
I'm sorry, the loud was very loud. I didn't hear much. Is that a question to me?
It's a question to you, Aegis. Tell us your thoughts on this ultimate test, the mountain to climb for Oleksandr Usyk on Saturday night.
Well, it's not going to be a walk in the park. We have two toughest heavyweights men in a division today, and Alexander proved 2 times. He broke to somebody's dreams. I'm not going to make a names. Everybody knows about it, and the goal is here to break another goals. That's easy. And I have only one question for Tyson Fury. How did he find himself a lineal champion? Let me ask you this. That's all I have. My message going to be to him. Everybody calls him a lineal, but I would like to know how he became a lineal. He beat Klitschko. Klitschko wasn't that time a lineal champion. Simple. Thank you very much. We'll guys see you Saturday night. Thank you, Saudi. Thank you, His Excellency. Thank you, Crown Prince, for bringing all of his events to Saudi and letting fans to enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, Aegis. Let's talk to the trainers. Let's get a little bit of tactics to the questions better addressed to the trainers than to Bob Arum, as he pointed out. Let's speak first to Serge Lapin. I mean, Oleksandr Usyk has faced many great men, but he's never faced anyone who's 6'9", maybe 50 pounds heavier, who can switch hit. How has it been like preparing for this man?
Salam alaikum, Saudi. Всех витаю, Украина. Everyone, hello. Эта подготовка началась еще с 2018 года.
This preparation started back in 2018.
Закончилась неделю назад.
And it finished just 1 week ago.
На сегодняшний день Александр готов к своему финальному поясу в супертяжелом весе.
And today, Oleksandr Usyk is ready for the final belt in the heavyweight division.
Ему не важен размер. Ему важен соперник, который будет стоять в противоположном углу.
The size does not matter to him. What does matter is the opponent who will stay in front of him.
И, наконец-то, бой будет здесь. Я бы хотел еще пожелать терпения Тайсону Фьюри, потому что это будет самая тяжелая ночь в его жизни.
And I would love to wish patience to Tyson, as it's going to be the most difficult night of his life.
Okay, thank you very much, Serge Lapin. Let's go back to Team Fury. Sugar Hill, I'll bring you in here. I think it's quite extraordinary that 25 years ago, it was your uncle, Emmanuel Stewart, who was right next to Lennox Lewis as he challenged last time to become the undisputed. I heard you say at the Fury and Ngannou launch press conference that if Emmanuel was here, this is where he would be right now. Tell us how you're feeling heading into this iconic event.
Well, I'm feeling like exactly what you said, but it's a lot more sentimental for me, for the reason that this is what I was brought up around. I was raised around boxing my whole life, and watching many a champions, and watching the Crunk legacy, and watching, as the later years, Emmanuel being with Lennox Lewis and Vladimir Klitschko in the heavyweight division, that the heavyweight division, to me, is the division that runs boxing. It's the granddaddy division. It's the division that makes everything in boxing what it stands for. The biggest guys in boxing, the biggest men, battling each other, and you have Oleksandr Usyk, who's a #1 fighter, and you have Tyson Fury, who's a #1 fighter. You couldn't get any better than this. And this is just something that, like I said, Emmanuel, if he was alive, this is where he would be at right here, right now. And for me to be here in his place, I'm just so happy and blessed to be a part of it and to take what he has taught me over the years of my life, not just in boxing, but as a man and growing up and being able to understand other men and people and to be able to treat them with respect as I would want to be treated with respect. And this is just one of those times in my life where I just appreciate the things that I've been through in life. I think it's going to be a great fight. Oleksandr Usyk is one of the best heavyweights, one of the best boxers in boxing. He's been that for quite some time, and so has Tyson Fury. This is just the ultimate fight, two of the best ultimate fighters. Saturday night, May the 18th. I'm always going with my fighter, Tyson Fury, 100% for the knockout. It can be challenging, it can be confusing, it can be patient, but it's still going to be a knockout. That's what I believe, 100%.
Thank you very much, Sugar Hill. Brilliant stuff there. Let's bring in the fighters. Let's first speak to Oleksandr Usyk, the unified world heavyweight champion. Oleksandr, I have heard you say that you have been preparing for this moment for 22 years. Now we are just days away. This is the man sat in your way. Tell us how you're feeling.
Assalamu alaikum. Hi everybody, people. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited. I'm grateful for His Excellency Mr. Turkey and who this fight happened. Let's make history. Enough. Thank you so much.
Well, Oleksandr, I'm hoping you'll take a few more questions. What was it that you drew? I saw you drawing something while everyone up here was talking. You had your pen, you had your paper, you drew something and put it in your pocket. What was it?
It's my homework. Understand, yeah?
Your homework. Any more detail?
It's my remember and it's poem.
Could you show it to us?
No, now no. Later.
Okay, let's bring in the WBC lineal world heavyweight champion Tyson Fury. I've heard you speak about quite... I've heard you speak quite philosophically about this fight as well, how every twist and turn, every high and low, every up and down has led to this moment right here. We're now just hours away from it. Tell us how you're feeling, Tyson.
I'm going to make this short and simple. I want to thank God for the victory that I've received already, and I want to thank everybody involved in putting this massive event on. I want to thank Usyk for turning up and challenging me. And that's about it. Thank you to all the fans who travelled over to support me, because I know it's tough times at the moment and money's hard, so I aim to put on a show. Thank you very much. God bless.
Well, Tyson, I'm hoping you'll take a couple more questions from us. I mean, what would it mean to beat this man? You've described him as the toughest fight of your career. It would be, I guess, the best win of your career.
I'm ready. I've got nothing to say apart from I'm ready for a good fight. And if it's tough or easy, either way, I'll be ready.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Tyson Fury. Just one more from you, Tyson. Just a message to Oleksandr Usyk. Anything you want to say to him before Saturday?
God bless him. And I'll say a prayer for him before we walk out, and we both get out the ring in one piece and go home to our families, because that's what it's about.
Fantastic stuff. Oleksandr, do you have a message for Tyson?
Let your hand talk in the ring.
Okay, Oleksandr Usyk and Tyson Fury both are going to let their fists do the talking on Saturday night. It is the fight of the century. The first undisputed world heavyweight champion will be crowned right here in Riyadh on Saturday. Do not miss it.
Let's bring this.
Cheers. Test. Nice.
Here we go, face to face. We've been waiting for this one since they came face to face in the ring after Fury beating Garnu. Face to face ring after Fury beat Chisora. Now it's Fury versus Usyk, and this will be their first face to face, really, this close to the fight.
Here we go. I cannot wait to see this. The team seem confident. The fighters seem a little tense, but you can understand why. The magnitude of this fight is absolutely mammoth. It is huge.
I think Tyson Fury's ready to fight. I know you might say he's a bit edgy, or don't see himself because he's not flamboyant. But he knows the importance. I don't think he's ready to go now. He doesn't want to do any more messing around. Usyk, we know how calm his temperament always is, of course.
Okay, we have more of a sidearm to face. Surely Fury's going to turn around and look at him eyeball to eyeball, is he not? I almost feel like it's part of the mind game for Fury. We've been waiting for him to start playing the mind games. Here it is.
But I think usually he's doing other stuff, isn't he? He's shouting and threatening, and maybe this is a different tact. Not to engage.
I don't know what to make of this.
Yeah,
I don't know what to make of it.
He'll look. He'll have to look.
Here we go. If he's taking the hat off, he's going face to face, surely.
Usyk has not taken his eyes off of Tyson Fury. Look at that stare.
The stubbornness. And that's what it is, isn't it? It literally is.
I have to be honest, Fury, in terms of face, looks in incredible shape, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. This is the biggest fight. He knows what's at risk. He knows that legacy's at stake here. The biggest prize in sport. It once was, of course, to be the best in the heavyweight division. And this is it.
Oh, the coolness, the calmness, and the confidence from Usyk is so evident.
I can't wait.
I love the way he says, you know what, enough of the games, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, I'm not doing any more. Two more sleeps. That's it. Sparring's over. They're done. This is it now. This fight is going to happen on Saturday, and it is going to be something incredibly special. It really is. But with DAZN, it isn't just Saturday. It's so much more as well. In the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, we're going to absolutely load you guys with superstar fights.
Fight fans, welcome back. Boxing is buzzing and the best are ready to bump heads. Showcasing over 150 fights a year, DAZN is the only place to watch these warriors worldwide every weekend. Size matters as two big men create one huge occasion. An undisputed king will emerge on May 18th when Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk finally trade heavyweight leather. If you come for the king, you better not miss. A 5 versus 5 battle for bragging rights. Frank and Eddie send forth their stables to settle old scores. Few would settle the score with Sabriel Matias. June 15th, undefeated Lehman Perro marches forward to take on boxing's bona fide beast. June 29th, Phoenix will rise for two men with their eyes on the prize as Bam Rodriguez and Juan Francisco Estrada show that size actually doesn't matter at all. Explosive contests, multiple champions, just one place to catch every punch.
So many big fights coming your way on DAZN in the coming months, really is, but maybe none bigger than what we're here for on Saturday. It's the undisputed heavyweight title fight. Tyson Fury, the WBC lineal champion, against the unified heavyweight champion, former undisputed at cruiserweight, Oleksandr Usyk. It really is special. It really is. And the crowd here knows it as well. This is the biggest crowd, I think, that's turned up since we started doing boxing in Riyadh. In terms of the Brits flying over, they're here. They're here either side of us as well. Fury's got his army of supporters. And maybe he needs that as well. Maybe he needs to feed off that.
Yeah. I'd be honest, I thought I might see a bit more and hear a bit more of him this evening, but I don't think I've looked forward to a fight. Having been here and been surrounding around this buzz, I don't think I've ever wanted the first bell, a fight to begin, a fight to unfold as much as this one. With what's on the line, the two fighters involved, it's a special, special occasion.
Yeah, pictures there of Amir, King Khan. Everyone is here. As you say, we've seen Evander Holyfield. We've heard from him. We've heard from Lennox Lewis as well. The last two guys to fight for an undisputed heavyweight title. Baz, this is starting to really crank up, isn't it?
Oh, mate, it's unbelievable. You get excited. You're not fighting, but you know what I mean? You're bouncing on your toes. You're thinking this, and when they're close together, that tingle of anticipation that you only can get, I feel, from boxing. It's here. It's real. And also, I've been saying it all week, but it's true. Boxing needs this fight.
Yeah.
This fight, if this fight delivers, we're in such a healthy position.
We certainly are. I remember, it isn't just the main event. Ryan Garcia is here. Ryan Garcia in the building, obviously, look, going through what he needs to go through. Hopefully he sorts that out as well, because we want to see this young can in the ring. All right, let's remind you of what we've got coming your way on Saturday, and it really is an incredible fight card. And it kicks off with Isaac Lowe versus Hasbullah Ahmadi. They fight in an international featherweight contest. We then move up to the light heavyweight division. Daniel Lapin versus Octavia Pudvitva. They fight for the vacant WBA Intercontinental light heavyweight title. And then we get into our main card. David Nyika versus Michael Seitz in the cruiserweight division. We stick with the cruiserweight division. Former light heavyweight king Sergey Kovalev will take on Robin Serwin Safar. And then His Excellency's favourite fighter, Mark Chamberlain, will take on Joshua Wahab for the vacant WBC silver lightweight title. Moving into the heavyweight division, Moses Atalma, in only his 9th fight, will take on Germany's Ilja Mezenchev. They fight for the WBO Intercontinental heavyweight title. We stick with the big boys, Frank Sanchez versus Agit Kabiel. Someone's O has got to go. 2 unbeaten fighters. And then we move into the main event card. Joe Cordina versus Anthony Kakache for the IBF and IBO Super Featherweight titles. Jai Pataya versus Marius Bradis for the vacant IBF World Cruiserweight strap. And then all the marbles are on the line. Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk for the WBC, WBO, IBF, WBA, and everything else. Look who has joined us. Ryan Garcia did tell me he was going to be here. He did tell me he was going to beat Devin Haney. So far, you've ticked those boxes.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Honest question, though.
Yeah.
How are you with everything that is going on? There's a lot going on right now with you, Ryan.
Oh, I'm doing perfect. Like, I'm happy. Justice will prevail, so I'm not worried about nothing. So,
yeah.
God got my back.
Obviously, you've got your legal team speaking to the New York State Athletic Commission. Do you know what happens with that process, when we are going to find out something?
After May 22nd, there should be a result for obviously the B sample, but I don't believe it'll come out clean because obviously if they found it in the A, why wouldn't they found it in the B? I think it's all bullcrap, as we know it is. I mean, nobody takes steroids the day before the fight and the day after the fight. You would have to actually be done. So justice will prevail. God got my back.
Yeah, let's hope there is a resolution to it, because it was a fantastic performance.
Thank you so much.
Against Devin Haney. Let's talk about what you're here for.
Yes.
Tyson Fury versus Oleksandr Usyk in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. How special is this? This is incredible.
I've not seen anything like this before. My first time in, obviously, in Saudi Arabia, so I'm excited. This is lit.
Ryan, we know this fight's massive. Talk to me about the buzz surrounding this fight back in the States.
Yeah, man, it's huge. It's I think it's the first undisputed heavyweight fight in
25 years, and the first in the 4-belt era.
That's crazy. Another thing that's crazy is, like, shit. I mean, it's Usyk versus Fury. I mean, everybody's excited for it. Obviously, I'm excited for it. I got Fury.
Well, what's the buzz like in America? Because I always wonder, when it's non-Americans, are the Americans talking about it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Everybody's talking. All the boxing fans, the whole boxing world is talking about it. Shoot, look at where we're at. Everybody's talking about it. This is a worldwide thing.
What about you, Ryan? You got a massive fan base in the US. Would you consider coming over here?
I want to fight here. I want to find a wife here. That's what I want to fight. Forget fighting. I want a wife. Where my wife at, bro?
They will slide in the DMs.
Oh,
you know your DMs
where
are always
Habibi
busy.
at? I need Habibi.
You know your DMs are always busy.
Always busy. Always ringing.
But honestly, no. I mean, is the plan to fight here? We've seen so many big names come over and fight here. Obviously, your last fight at the Barclays was incredible, right? I mean, sold out the Barclays. But is there a dream to come and fight here very, very soon?
Yes, I want to fight the likes of Errol Spence Jr.
Wait, what is going on with that? Errol Spence?
Oh, I need that. I'm gonna take his head off. I'm finishing his job. You know, Terrence Crawford did a good job on it, but I'm gonna finish the job. Like, he's not gonna be able to be like boxing anymore after he fights me.
Is that the #1 target? Is that honestly the #1 target right now?
Heart of hearts, I want to knock him out for my coach.
Okay.
But quickly, you just said Tyson Fury there.
Yes.
I want an accurate prediction.
Accurate prediction is going to be a 12-round decision. It's going to be a very close fight, but I think that Fury is just too good, and I love Fury. And Fury, he got that energy in him. He looks great. Usyk, hell of a fighter, but nah, Fury's the man. I think he's the best heavyweight of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Ooh.
And where did you see Fury go?
Muhammad Ali, you know?
No, I love Muhammad Ali, but I think Tyson Fury is the best fighter, heavyweight fighter of all time. Shout out Muhammad Ali, though. I love it. Hey, rest in peace.
Shout out Muhammad Ali, indeed. All right, go on, quick predictions again. Has anything changed? Now we've seen the weigh-in. Anything changed at all?
I'm going to stick by my guns. Fury points.
Fury?
Yeah, I've been steadfast since the beginning. Fury points.
Fury, Ryan?
Fury.
Clean sweep. Clean sweep. All right, guys, 2 more sleeps to go. Tomorrow are the weigh-ins where we make it official. Make sure you scan the QR code. Be involved in what is going to be the first undisputed heavyweight title fight in 25 years. And I promise you, this one will deliver. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Tales holds time. A legendary champion in search of another champion has found his match. Facing each other under the watchful eye of history.
Let's get ready to rumble at Riyadh.
It is time to fight.